Boom. One for the road. Okay. So, hi. What are we looking at today? This is going to be eTV. I'm sure growing up, many of us know of this channel or at least have watched it here and there. So that being said, let's dive into this business. I'm not looking at this from a perspective of a channel, but of a business. Can I invest into this? Is it available on the stock market? I'm going to be answering a whole lot more of such similar questions. So yeah, eTV. Growing up, I used to be quite curious as to how is it that these actors get paid. I mean, we're watching them seemingly for free, but chances are they are indeed getting paid for the work that they were doing. I only later found out that this was because of advertising revenue. So in hindsight, when I look back, it really does make sense, because a company like eTV has got a business model that's very similar to that of an attention merchant. What this means is that they entertain you for free or for next to nothing. And then in turn, the attention that you're giving them, they take that and package that nicely, then sell that to advertisers. So in a nutshell, you and your attention are the product that they are selling. This is a very good business model when you think of it. Why? Because, well, we like being entertained. People like being distracted. After a long day of work, you just want to get home and be distracted by something. And then advertisers, they see this as an opportunity to bombard you with their adverts. I mean, intellectually, this is when you are at your lowest, because you are just relaxing and just following whatever TV drama this is. Another thing that I actually found out is the history of the name soapies. Everyone calls it, soapies today. Why is that the case? This is because the first industries to sponsor these TV dramas was the soap and detergent industry. So they found a great opportunity to advertise their soaps, to advertise their washing powders, to advertise their detergents. And to this day, it still continues. But that's not the topic of the day today. We're going to be looking at emedia Holdings, and if it's possible to invest in this company, who owns it, what other parties are interested in this, and what is the investment case for this entity. I've been doing a bit of research on it, and I'm looking forward to sharing as much information as I can with you guys. I hope you're going to find this very valuable. So let's jump right into it. Let's look at this business from the top down. I usually like doing this because I realize it actually helps with a bit of context and to know who else is involved, who else is invested, and who else stands to gain if this company performs very well. So in the case of eTV, which is going to be the very bottom asset, what we have at the very top is the trade union confederation known as COSATU. And directly below COSATU, we've got SACTU, which is the South African Clothing and Textiles Workers Union. What SACTU did is they've got the majority stake in a JSE listed company known as HCI, which is Hoskin Consolidated Limited. So through their investment in HCI then owns an 80% stake in emedia Holdings. So emedia Holdings is the one that we see that is listed on the JSE. So HCI already has an 80% stake in that. And then as retail investors, we can invest directly into emedia Holdings. So we're basically fighting for that remaining plus or minus 20% rather. So yeah, so emedia Holdings, the one that we get access to via the JSE, what they then do is that they are the direct investor into emedia investments. So they only have about a 67.7 stake. I'll just round that off to 68% stake in emedia investments. They're the majority shareholder in emedia investments. And then on the other side, we've got Dr. Johan Rupert's Remgro. I think that was through Venfin. But yes, they also invested into emedia investments, and then they've got the remaining stake. I think that was about 32.3, but I'll just leave that at 32 to make it easier to understand. So these are the two biggest shareholders in emedia investments. And then emedia investments is the one that then has got all of these eTV channels that we see. The flagship one being eTV. and then there is eExtra, eMovies, eTunes, eRewind, eAfrica. They are also working hard at rolling out OpenView HD. So let's focus on the growth that they have had over the last couple of years. In 2015, eTV only had a 13% market share of the primetime viewership. This is 2015, about 7 years ago. And then fast forward to today, they've grown their primetime viewership by over 100%. So now they command about just over 30% of the viewership. This is directly because of their primetime show lineup. So they've got Scandal, they've got Imbewu, The Seed, they've got Rhythm City. So I think around October last year, or if not July, sorry, it's in July, Rhythm City aired its last episode and has since been replaced by the House of Zwide. And then they also introduced a new local show into their primetime lineup, which is known as Devon. When it comes to entertainment, right, eMedia Holdings is not only shining when it comes to the local TV dramas and the likes. They're also doing extremely well in the news and sports arena. So when it comes to the news, they've got ENCA, which is the 24-hour channel, right? ENCA is the most watched news channel in the country. This is considering the fact that it's only available on the DSTV premium bouquets, compared to its competitors, SABC News and Newsroom Africa, which are available on all the different DSTV subscriptions. So you can just imagine the sheer number of advertising potential that they have. They have a very interesting mantra that they run by at ENCA, which I'm going to read for you guys quickly. It says here, we should always be the subject of dinner time discussions, good or bad. It is when the talking stops that we should be concerned. If you remember earlier on, I mentioned that these are attention merchants, and anything that they can provide to grab your attention, they're willing to do that, even through their news channels. They've also contracted Devi Sankari and JJ Tabani. They've also have got their own shows that they're running. I think this has been since like around 2020, and those are also doing quite well, adding to the viewership numbers. Okay, so in conclusion, eMedia Holdings is now looking into adding a bit of technology into what they do. So they've got their own streaming service known as eVod, which allows you to watch some of their shows from the library, and you can even have a subscription service where you can pay to watch some of the more current shows. The future really looks quite bright and interesting for them. They've recently turned a massive profit. And if you look at the OpenView HD that they're rolling out, by March 2022, they were targeting to be in about 3 million homes. So these would be serious customers or serious advertising numbers that they can bring to the table. I'm quite excited to see what the future has. And another investment case that I'll be looking at is how the parent company HCI is now pushing them for a dividend. They're really pushing to have a dividend yield from eMedia Holdings, which is quite exciting. I mean, who doesn't mind holding on a company that's giving them dividends? This I hope this was not a mouthful. This really was interesting for me to research and sharing all of this. If you do find this helpful, please do feel free to throw in a like or comment and say thank you if you are happy. If there's anything else you want me to look into or do a bit of research on your behalf, feel free to let me know, and I'm definitely going to spend my time and do this. Thank you.